In today's video, we're going to be talking about trading 90% silver for food. Can it be done today? We're going to dive into that story. Can silver overall be traded for food today? That is a question that some people have. I get that question every now and then. I have some answers for you. We're going to dive into that. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, it's absolutely free to subscribe. We're getting a lot closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so please help me out with that. Now I will get into the video right now. Can we trade silver for food? The question is yes. You just have to ask around if they're willing to take silver for food. You know, you can go to your local restaurants, you can go to your local stores, and I'm talking the local stores. I'm not talking like Walmart or anything like that. You know, I'm talking your local mom and pop stores. If you still have around your butchers, your farmers, they will take, most of them will take silver for food. I had just recently had a friend that called me like a day or two ago, and he went into a local grocery store. It was a name brand grocery store, but it was actually privately owned. In this case, he knew the owners, didn't know them quite well, but he says, I don't have a lot of money. I got this silver buffalo. Of course, he did this privately. And they paid him $1 over spot at the time. Spot was right around $29.50, I believe it was. And he got $30.50. And he was able to get some of the food that he needed. And he still walked out with $8. Okay, did he get a good deal? Well, he needed it. So that was a good deal for him to give up his ounce of silver. So then I asked him, well, what did you pay for that buffalo round? He says, I had it marked down for $23. Well, he did okay then. I mean, he really did okay in that instance. So you see a bunch of food in front of me here, some canned goods. You know, this before the pandemic, these mushrooms come from Aldi's. They were 49 cents before the pandemic. Now they're 4-ounce mushrooms. They are $1.29 in today's money. You know, a silver dime melts for about $1.29. $2.29. A silver quarter melts for about $5.35 right now, and a $half melts for right around $10.70, $10.75, give or take the math, whatever time you're watching this video. You know, so I mean, yes, it can be done for trading. You know, these sweet peas used to cost, you know, I think they're the same price, actually 49 cents. I mean, you know, how much, you know, it goes to the questions, how much are you willing to give up your silver for food? Well, you need to eat, right? So if it comes down to be, you need to eat, you give up your silver, how much silver are you willing to give up for that one item? It's like we do with our cash today. We may look at an item today and say, oh, that's too much now. I'm going to go to the generic brand now. Or you might just still get it, but how much are you willing to give up if we get in hard times? You know, I always joke around with my friends, you know. Some of these people that I have friends with, you know, but they don't want nothing to do with silver or gold. They think cash is king. Well, I always tell them, I says, well, I got 12 cans of Bush's baked beans ready to go. And I got 12 bottles of water, and I'll tie the can opener to reeling outside. So when everything does blow up, I will leave you. You can come over. If you're the first 12 people, you can have your can of beans and your bottle of water and get the heck out of here. I mean, it comes down to that point. It sounds funny. It sounds harsh at the same time. But, you know, when you're trying to help people out and they give you that third look like we are crazy, crazy people for stacking silver and gold. Well, silver and gold, as most of you folks know, it's real money. We all know that. It's just what you're willing. It's barter and trade at that point when it comes down to it. How much, I'll repeat again, how much are you willing to give up? Now, you see some bigger cans here, some long-term food storage cans. You know, these cost a little bit more than your average size can, but they last a long time. These potatoes from Artisan Farms, I'm telling you, they're like little potato flakes. They're little, actually, gems. They're like a little ball, and they make the best mashed potatoes around. We use them today, even though that we're not in a bad situation, and they're pretty good. There's blueberries. I've opened the can of these blueberries. They're dehydrated. You soak them in some warm water, they blow back right up, and they're absolutely fine. The potato gems are probably right around $21, and only place I can find them right now is HSN, to be honest with you. We did get another can the other day. My grandmother's birthday was yesterday, and she had a $10 coupon for her birthday, so I used the $10 coupon on another can, so I got another can coming. Free shipping, $11. I mean, that's a pretty gosh darn good deal from 22 bucks. So I saved her $10. You know, I mean, that's, you know, she was worried about we didn't have enough. I said, well, we have 6 cans right now. And I says, when they go on sale again, I'll buy another can. Because as you can see, they have a 10-year shelf life on them. So, I mean, you just add water, put them on the stove, and you're done. If you don't have power, you can do it on your barbecue. I mean, you can do, you know, we have to think outside the box. How can we cook some of this stuff? Well, if you happen to have we have gas stove, so we don't have to worry about too much. But then we have to worry about the gas, right? You know, tuna fish is kind of cheap right now. How much are you willing to give up silver for tuna fish? How much are you willing to spend on silver if a local restaurant accepts silver? How much are you willing to give up? That's the whole bottom line. I mean, it's about a situation at that point. Can it be done today? The answer to that question is yes. Now, I had a customer who came in about a week ago or so, and she asked me, she says, well, what do we do if the power goes out, and the power is out for long term? She says, let's say 3 or 4 weeks. I said, okay, I'm with you. And she says, how are we going to know for the price of silver and gold then? When the internet's down, we got no power, but the power's going to come back on. And, you know, she's just saying, you know, 3 or 4 weeks. She just uses it as an example. I said, well, it's going to be, my answer was, it's going to be, how much are you willing to give up for it? We don't know the price of silver and gold. And if we got no access to the internet, no access to cable TV, unless you have a generator, or, you know, your phone's still working off Wi-Fi, that could be a little bit challenging situation. But again, it's a barterable situation at that point, if that point does come. And I think at some point we will be bartering in silver and gold at some point. When, I don't know. I mean, we gain lots of information out of the BRICS nations now, you know, about them gaining all around the Chinese yuan. And the dollar's coming home, folks. And when the dollar comes home, we're going into hyperinflation, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. You know, I'm glad I got those canned mushrooms. You know, when I did, I bought a case of them, and they have about another 6 months left on them. And I actually got 2 cases, and I bought one about a year after the pandemic started. And keep up, you know, if you're going to use them, buy them while they're cheaper. Don't wait for the price to go up. If you see a sale on something, if you can afford to do so, buy a few extra cans of something. Somebody else may need it, and say, okay, I'm willing to take silver for it. And, you know, I don't want your dollar, I want silver for it. And then guess what? You get a little bit extra silver that way. But, you know, it's trying to wake up to most of the people in the United States, especially, and probably Canada too, really. A lot of people still got their head stuck in the sand. And it's really sad, because when more and more people wake up, I'm telling you, the first thing will go, it'll be the 90% silver. That'll be the first thing to go. You won't be able to find it. So, I'm seeing that on the half dollars. I've said that in multiple videos already. The half dollars are starting to get harder. I'm not saying, yes, you can go online right now at Liberty Coin and many other online deals, and they got half dollars. Look at the prices from the dimes and the quarters. $10 face value is the same silver weight, and you're paying more for the halves. Come on. No thanks. I'll stick with the dimes and quarters right now. I feel I have enough halves anyways right now. But it comes to a point where the halves are starting to get more pricey. At some point, the quarters and the dimes will catch up to it. And then it'll be slowly disappearing. And I think once more and more people wake up, the quarters, the 90% silver, will be a lot harder to find. Not saying it's going to be impossible to find it, but at what price will it be? Would you rather buy it now or wait till it goes up another $5, $10 a roll, $15 a roll? I can keep going on up to $50 a roll more. I've seen it already. I mean, I remember I was getting silver quarters for $180 a roll. Now they're up to $229 plus. You know, some of these online deals are up to $240, $245 for a roll of quarters right now. So they are going up in price. Yes, silver has gone up in price too. I get that. But the preems are staying the same. They're not coming down, folks. I just don't, you know, I don't mean to keep hopping on the 90% silver, but it's at what are you willing to give up for your silver? Are you willing, you know, in trade, you know, are you willing, you know, yeah, you could swap something else for something else. You know, it don't have to be always silver or gold, you know, or just whatever. But you could do a little bit of work. They feed you, you know, it's a barterable situation. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And, you know, I mean, ask around now. This is the time to ask around your farmers now, your local stores. Not talking, like I said, not talking about the chain stores. Your local stores, your butchers, your farmers. Ask them, are they willing to take silver now? And say, are you willing to take silver when things get really bad? They probably will say yes. That way you know you have a source where you can get your items. And you get really at the front of the line because you've asked now. Don't wait, ask now, because it's, even if you don't want to do it now, you might need to do it later. And you're prepared for the harder times. On that point, Coin Shop Chris is out. See you on the next video.